Okay, parents, it's back to school time. And that takes some adjustment. Like, there's a lot of effort to get back into the routine, and we're all looking for tips to make it easier to get back into the swing of things. And here is a tip for you. Between backpack browsing and outfit arranging, there's a drama-free way to make vitamins part of your children's morning routine. Lil Critters Gummy Vitamins.
My son thinks he's eating fun, delicious gummy bears, all while I know he's getting essential nutrients for his health and development. He is 14, but even at 14, it is so much easier to get him to eat a Lil Critter gummy vitamin than it would be to get him to take a traditional pill. Lil Critters is a pediatrician recommended kids multivitamin gummy brand and the yummy way to start the new school year. Shop now.
Do you want to set your child up for success? Is your child struggling with a specific subject or need help with homework? Is your child asking questions on their homework you don't feel equipped to answer? IXL Learning is an online learning program for kids. It covers math, language arts, science, and social studies. IXL is designed to help them really understand and master topics in a fun way with positive feedback. I mean, with Eliza, she really could have used something like IXL because it would have helped her to get up to speed and stay up with her class in math, which just did not come easily to her.
Don't miss out. 1 in 4 students in the U.S. are learning with IXL. IXL is used in 95 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And Happier listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/happier. Visit IXL.com/happier to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
I'm Gretchen Rubin, and this is A Little Happier. One of the great joys of my writing life has been the writing of 40 Ways to Look at Winston Churchill, my short, unconventional biography of Winston Churchill. What a life. What a pleasure it was to write that book. One of the many remarkable things about Churchill was how emotional he could be. In his time, many people accused him of being sentimental. He often cried in public. He expressed his feelings in frank, sometimes even childish terms, and he readily admitted to becoming overcome by emotion. There's a story I often recall, something that happened during the Second World War. I often go back to reread it because it gives me the exquisite feeling of elevation, one of the most beautiful sources of happiness. This incident took place in August 1940 when Churchill visited the nerve center of the air battle over Britain, where young pilots were ready to fight and die at a moment's readiness. In his memoir, Churchill's military advisor, Lord Ismay, described the scene. There had been heavy fighting throughout the afternoon, and at one moment, every single squadron in the group was engaged. There was nothing in reserve, and the map table showed new waves of attackers crossing the coast. I felt sick with fear. After tremendous struggle, the Royal Air Force repelled the attack. Later, the two men sped away to Chequers, the country house of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Churchill's first words to Ismay were, "Don't speak to me. I have never been so moved." Then, after about 5 minutes, he leaned forward and said, "Never in the field of human conflict has so much been owed by so many to so few." Ismay noted, "The words burned into my brain," and Churchill used those same words later in one of his most famous speeches in August of 1940. His second comment is the more famous, of course, but I also often recall Churchill saying, "Don't speak to me. I have never been so moved." Those words show how deeply Churchill felt the danger, bravery, and sacrifice faced by those young pilots. If you'd like to check out my biography of Churchill, 40 Ways to Look at Winston Churchill, I'll post a link in the show notes at happiercast.com. I'll also link to the Memoirs of Lord Ismay, a book I highly recommend. I'm Gretchen Rubin, and I hope this makes your week a little happier.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bobs to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.